Your chameleon is showing you something is wrong. The problem is you probably don't know how to read it. That's not a criticism. It's just the reality of owning one of the most misunderstood pets in the reptile hobby. Chameleons don't cry. They don't whimper. They don't come to you when they're in pain. They do the opposite. They hide it. And by the time a chameleon stops hiding it, things are usually already serious. This video is going to walk you through 12 specific signs that indicate your chameleon is sick right now. Not eventually. Right now. Go through this list carefully, because catching any one of these early could be the difference between a vet visit that fixes the problem and one that comes too late. Sign number 1 is sunken eyes. A healthy chameleon has full, rounded eyes that move independently and actively. If one or both eyes look recessed, pulled back into the socket, or just smaller than usual, that is a dehydration signal. It means your misting schedule or drip system is not providing enough water for the animal to actually drink. Sign number 2 is a closed eye during the day. Chameleons sleep at night with their eyes closed. During the day, they should be open and alert. A chameleon sitting with one or both eyes closed while the lights are on is not resting. It's telling you something is wrong. This is one of the earliest signs of illness and one of the most commonly ignored. Sign number 3 is dark or dull coloring. Chameleons don't just change color for camouflage. Color reflects internal state. A chameleon that stays consistently dark, brownish, or dull when it used to be bright is stressed, sick, or both. Occasional dark color is normal. Persistent dark color is a warning. Sign number 4 is loss of grip. If your chameleon is slipping off branches, gripping weakly, or resting on the floor of the enclosure instead of climbing, that is a serious sign. Weak grip can indicate metabolic bone disease, dehydration, or general physical decline. Chameleons belong in the branches. A chameleon on the floor is a chameleon in trouble. Sign number 5 is minimal or no movement. A healthy chameleon moves through its enclosure throughout the day, basking, repositioning, hunting, exploring. A chameleon that sits in the same spot hour after hour, day after day, is not being lazy. That stillness is a symptom. Sign number 6 is not eating. A chameleon that refuses food for more than a few days needs attention. There are normal short-term reasons a chameleon might skip a meal: shedding, temperature fluctuation, stress from a recent move. But if food refusal continues beyond a week with no obvious explanation, treat it as a health concern. Sign number 7 is visible weight loss. You can spot this around the spine and hip bones. If the ridge of the spine is protruding sharply, or the hip bones are clearly visible through the skin, your chameleon has lost significant body condition. This doesn't happen overnight, which means it was developing while the animal was hiding the problem. Sign number 8 is labored breathing or open mouth breathing. Chameleons breathe through their nostrils. If you see your chameleon with its mouth open, and it's not actively gaping to regulate temperature near a heat source, that is a respiratory warning sign. Wheezing, clicking, or mucus around the mouth or nostrils are additional red flags. Sign number 9 is swollen limbs or joints. Visible swelling anywhere on the body, legs, feet, jaw, or along the spine, needs to be evaluated by a vet. Swelling can indicate infection, injury, or advanced metabolic bone disease. It is never cosmetic. Sign number 10 is a curved or soft spine. Run your eyes along the spine and limbs. If anything looks bent, curved at an unusual angle, or visually deformed compared to how it used to look, that is a structural concern. Soft or rubbery feeling bones are a hallmark of calcium deficiency from inadequate UVB lighting or improper supplementation. Sign number 11 is straining without passing waist. A chameleon that appears to be straining, pressing its body down, or showing visible effort in the lower body without producing droppings may be dealing with constipation, impaction, or in females, egg retention. Any of these conditions can become life-threatening if not addressed. Sign number 12 is excessive or prolonged time at the bottom of the enclosure. This one connects back to the grip issue but goes further. A chameleon that is repeatedly gravitating to the bottom of its enclosure is not exploring. In females, this can signal egg-laying behavior, which requires immediate preparation of a laying bin. In males, it often means the animal is too weak to stay elevated. Either way, it requires your attention. Here's the key insight behind all 12 of these signs. None of them appear out of nowhere. Every single one of these symptoms develops gradually, over days or weeks, while the chameleon is actively suppressing the display of illness. What looks like a sudden problem is almost always the end of a longer process you weren't able to see. That's the nature of this animal, and it's why waiting for obvious signs before taking action almost always means acting too late. The owners who keep healthy chameleons long-term are not the ones who react better in a crisis. They're the ones who know what to look for before it becomes a crisis. Go back through that list and take an honest look at your chameleon today. If 2 or more of those signs are present at the same time, don't wait. Contact a reptile-experienced vet. One sign in isolation might have a simple explanation. Multiple signs together rarely do. If you found this useful, subscribe. The next videos go deeper into specific conditions, proper enclosure setup, and what a correct feeding and hydration routine actually looks like in practice. There's also a link in the description to a complete chameleon care guide that covers all of these health issues in detail, including how to identify, treat, and prevent the most common illnesses. If you want something you can reference every time a question comes up, that's a good place to start.